Yeah, guys, my cousin that was in prison got released.
Okay.
All right, taking it way back today.
All right, this is the most liked, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Old school Charlie song.
I know you gonna dig this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah,
I can get over how deep his voice is.
shout out Charlie.
For
Let's
now.
get him, fam.
Right.
Listen. I
Let's
mean,
get him, Dave.
look. The other day someone said I was fake. I nearly lost my mind. I'm out on a grind for what? I put in so much time for what? The fame don't impress me. I'll still get active like Jet Li. I'm trying to stay balanced like music is a myth. And every song I make is getting easier to stray from the message that I bring to the table. You ain't eating if your friends ain't eating with. Dickheads, 09 take me back. I lost $2,000 last week and didn't make it back. And teachers wonder why I don't work well. I'm broke as hell. And music made me known as well. So I invested in Croton shells. Cause where I'm from you slip, you're getting poked as well. So Bun General or Sad, we're a bag of rebels. This crow's got a bag of bass and you're a bag of treble.
Wow.
Okay, so this is before he popped.
He's so good. I mean, this, to me, I feel like most artists, you see their beginning and it's like it gets better and better over time. And it's like, wow, they really worked on their skill. He
Right.
was a born prodigy. Like, he's literally could be like a 40-year-old OG.
I get what you're saying, but we gotta be clear here.
Okay.
Born Prodigy just sounds like he
didn't
didn't
have to,
work
yeah.
at it.
That's true.
And I'm sure he worked
You're
at
right,
it.
you're right, you're
But
right.
it was like he must have worked so rapidly that he became great, like almost instantly.
Super quick.
You know what I'm saying? To me, it was crazy how he started this. He was just like chilling in the studio, you know what I mean? Just yeah. And then he
the
just
little
snapped.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just snapped into it. It's like
Right.
it was like Jekyll and Hyde. You know what I
Right.
mean? He's
Right.
just chilling it. Boom.
He was smiling like a little kid
Boom.
smile. He was like, and then Charlie's like, let's go, Dave, or whatever. And then Dave's like,
Grown man instantly.
crazy.
But that's crazy. Said that the more songs he makes, like the easier it is to stray from his message or something to
Yeah.
that effect.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, he's probably getting fame, also probably getting pressed and all kind of
Right.
issues and stuff like that, but doesn't have the money that comes along with it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not yet. Not
Like
at
he
this
said,
point.
lost $2,000, didn't make it back, so he invested in Crow,
Yeah.
which we learned what that was from the comments. And he said shells or something too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it sounds like he still has it rough right now, even though he's
Right.
starting to gain some clout. You know what I mean? So he has
Right.
clout problems, but not clout money.
Right. Not to mention having a message at 16 is like what? Like he has a message already at 16.
Right.
Like mind blowing.
So, Bun General or Sad, we're a bag of rebels. This crow's got a bag of bass and you're a bag of treble. How can I listen to a man who ain't playing when you talk about the game from the side like Gary Neville? I'm involved, I'm on a pitch, I'm a centre mid. I don't need to send for kids, I'll turn up where your college or your centre is and send you 6, you dickhead. I've let so many violations slide, G. Guys don't like me, and now they wanna get a name. I'm waiting with a like try me, and watch what the outcome is. I'm a mix between Heath Ledger and Malcolm X. Outspoken, but I don't make sense. Cause one day it's put the knives down or put the peace signs up, and next day I'm at your home instead. All for my pride and respect, I bought my man a tech. 10 side days getting calls at like 9, it's a mess. I put time in my craft, an hour in my coursework and 9 in my bars. You don't know about grinding, my dog. I put my life in my art, my life on the line for my Marge. Real rap, she put life in my heart. I give nothing less. If the
Okay. He's definitely on his Jekyll and Hyde in this one.
Definitely.
Like one day someone put the knives out, next day he's up in your crib or up in your face or whatever he said.
Yep.
Hey, at least he's keeping it real though.
He's spitting. The way he rhymes to me is not like a typical rap cadence at all. Like this
Yeah.
is like a spoken word, like poetry. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Like sometimes I don't even think he's rhyming. Like sometimes he'll like say a whole phrase and then rhyme the next sentence with that whole phrase, like the end of the phrase. You know what I mean?
Right.
start. An hour in my coursework and 9 in my bars. You don't know about grinding, my dog. I put my life in my art, my life on the line for my Marge. Real rap, she put life in my heart. I give nothing less. If the truth hurts, I like being lied to. I can't deal with issues in the ways that I would like to. It's funny how I've always got a text to reply to. That's why I went and got 3 lines. That's a haiku. Paranoia got me stressing, man. I'm thinking that they're planning SLR. Got a cannon. I ain't taking photos.
Wait, I missed that one. I was still trying to process it.
Oh my goodness.
What was it?
He said he always has a text to reply to. That's why he went out and got 3 lines. That's a haiku. Like a poem with 3 lines. Like a haiku. Isn't a haiku?
I don't know what a haiku is.
Isn't that like a poem with 3 lines?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought that's what it was. Can you look it up real quick?
Yeah. How do you spell haiku?
Voice to text.
Japanese poem of 17 syllables and 3 lines of 5, 7, and 5. Okay.
All right, you ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
IQ paranoia got me stressing, man. I'm thinking that they're planning SLR. Got a cannon. I ain't taking photos. I'm aiming at your bros and taking shots like Tenerife. Then I'm out the door like I just got a shot for 10 of each. Pride will be the end of me. I'll just lose my cool and use it all over petty beef. You couldn't comprehend it, G. Life has been an effery. Colour scheme's grey. Got me questioning my God and all the times I said grace. Wretch Miller, I set pace. I've ducked youths down. I had to run the same day. Our Sir Jars tell me I'm just venting on a low. And me plus 4 might just turn up at your show. Me watching in the venue, man, we're leaving with a soul. I ain't tweeting little hoes. I need my peas to come and grow. All these catties on the roads, in and out, they come and go. For a month, they wanna know, so I send them to my bros. We give a damn about my age, watch my energy and flow. I give none of it to girls, cause the one I have is special, like a lover and a friend to me. You send for her, you send for me. Let her go try it, man. A chick can catch fire like Katniss Everdeen. No chicks can catch fire like
Wow. Wow.
Let a girl try to chicken catch fire like Katniss Everdeen.
He is amazing.
But.
Okay, what we got?
This is before How I Met My Ex.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dang. But he was.
Look, even the best of us can fall.
That's true.
We must all remember, as men,
That's true.
we have hormones, and like, we can become susceptible to our hormones. Like, the best of us can fall. We just got to get back up. And Dave got back up. He didn't stay down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had something else to say. I forgot. You ready to get back into it?
and give none of it to girls, cause the one I have is special, like a lover and a friend to me. You send for her, you send for me. Let her go try it, man. A chick can catch fire like Katniss Everdeen. No chicks can catch fire like any one of my ex-girls. Me, I couldn't breathe, I needed space, that was ex-hell. How could I wish my ex well? I still got ex-hate. Bryson Tiller, I was trying to see my ex change. I'm Scott Summers now, nothing but an ex-man. Still trying to test my brain in the AM, that's an ex-am. Then it's on to a next man, still scarred by my ex-hoes. Could show her true colours in a photo, that's an ex-pose. So how could you ever bad me? I had my brothers and I never had me. How could you ever bad me? If I made 6 bills, I gave my right hand free and told my brothers no snitching. Still, I got some good friends I couldn't put in that position. Doesn't mean that we're unique, so we're different. Cause my G's have ambition. Past the streets, we see past the image. Cause you're the last friend by the grave of the prison hall. And you're the first friend to tell him to be a criminal. The young G just died, you're wondering why. It was you who gave him drugs and a knife. It was you and now you're pissed because he caught another case. When you practically walked him to the gate, be careful who you step with. Your gang, they will talk you to your grave. The road I'm walking is a...
He was talking about, okay, I don't have the words exact. You know how I do. I get the message.
What you got?
He was talking about young G just died because you gave him pistols and a knife and all this stuff. You practically walked him to the grave. You know, be careful who you step with.
Okay.
That's a message. A message to the youth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, does a person who gives you all these weapons and all this stuff, drugs, all that, do they really have your best interest at heart? You know what I'm saying? Right. But it feels like it when you're in that situation because you want the stuff, depending on the life you're living. So it's like, they don't have your best interest at heart, but they are giving you what you wanted unless they, like, finessed you into it. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's got the message. Well, but he's also young and still does some of the things, and he's trying to get out of that life, but probably doesn't have the finances to really be out yet. So it's just like, this is like Jekyll and Hyde Part 2 to me, okay? He
did say if the truth is painful, then he likes to be lied to.
Right?
So,
which I feel like a lot of people really do feel like that. Yeah. So that was an interesting line.
Yeah. I mean, and just to go with what you just said, it's like the weapons and stuff. It's like, it's like what you want. If they'll give you what you want but not what you need, then most people will be like, cool, give me what I want.
Right? Lied to me.
The self-awareness is crazy.
Right.
It was you who gave him drugs and a knife. It was you, and now you're pissed because he caught another case. When you practically walked him to the gate, be careful who you step with. Your gang, they were talking to your grave. The road I'm walking is a maze, 6 paths like the sage. Had me in and out of raves with a flicker on my waist to give a fuck if it's winter or I'll catch him slipping in the rain. And my man thought that I was slipping on the train, but he's pissed because I've always got a dip or a chain. I ain't a witness to the jakes. I'm trying to put an image in a frame for the lyrics that I've written on a page. The way I'm living isn't fake. Them man wanna G-check me, but can't do it to my face. Cause I got killers in a cage. Show party or a rave, I bring gorillas on the stage. They ain't a rapper or a singer in my lane, a musician in my league. You man wouldn't believe that we've lost half our G's to jealousy and greed. And me, I think it was the weed. Cause them boy there fell off. The same guys used to come around and eat gel off. We're in country making no profit.
Jeez, he's talking about a lot of stuff.
He said we lost half our G's to jealousy and weed. What?
But that's facts.
Right?
That's a really interesting way to say that.
Dang. And his bars just hit different, man. Like,
Why? Okay, I got a question.
like a lot of people have a similar message, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like the way he delivered it just hits different. It just does. What's your question?
Jealousy and weed. I mean, that's true. Like,
Wait, he said jealousy and weed or jealousy and greed?
I thought he said jealousy and weed.
Okay, I thought so.
Because then he said the one dude that used to come around his mind, like he went mental. Because you know they were talking about the skunk in the comments. That's what I assume. That's what I.
I'm saying I don't remember fully, but something to that effect.
Well, it sounded like a lot of people would be tripping off of them chemical drugs over there.
Right?
I mean, really in general, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people go mental from drugs. But jealousy. Why? Like, I feel like this is like such a thing, like especially in, I guess, the poverty community. It's like jealousy makes people act a fool.
That's every community. Like Selena.
Yeah, true.
That wasn't no poverty stuff, you know what I mean? Like, jealousy, that is worldwide everywhere.
But why don't people just, like, be the best you can be? Like, you can never be them. So what's the point of jealousy? I don't get it.
I mean, there is no point, but it's a thing. It's part of human nature, and we're dealing with it. You know what I
But
mean?
it's like,
So
I don't know.
whether there's a point or not, it exists, and you got to be able to pick up on the signs. But like a lot of
Right.
times, we ignore the signs because we love the person,
Right.
but they're jealous, and they're showing all the signs of
I
being
feel
a
like-
jealous person, and
Yeah.
you can't have jealous people around.
You can't. Heck no. I feel like jealousy is like everybody experiences it, but it's your job to check yourself as far as jealousy goes. Like, check yourself as soon as you notice your jealousy starting to kick in, you know? That's so
I
good.
mean, I'm not a very jealous person myself.
But you said it exists.
I said it exists. I didn't say everybody is jealous.
I just feel like I'm not jealous. I feel like jealousy is literally like pointless because it's like you're never gonna be them. So like the maximum you can do is be the best version of you, and then anything less, like trying to copy them or have what they have or get what they got, is like less than being the best version of yourself. So it just doesn't make sense.
I agree with you that rationally it doesn't make sense. It's easier just to be happy for someone.
Yeah,
Then you're
or-
sitting there happy. It's like,
Right.
I'm happy for my guy for succeeding, but my quality of life right now is happy because I'm happy
Right.
for him.
Exactly.
It makes more sense.
You
But I'm
can't
just
plus
saying,
yourself by minus.
I'm just saying we can't ignore the signs of jealousy in your circle.
That's
you
so
you can't
true.
have that in your circle. Those people are literally dangerous.
Literally dangerous.
You man wouldn't believe that we've lost half our G's to jealousy and greed. And me, I think
Greed.
it was the weed. Cause them boy there
And
fell off.
weed.
The same guys used to come around and eat gel off. We're in country making no profit. $2,000 off a cash boys with no losses. And if they put me in a station and it's no comment, no comment, no comment, they can keep me to the sunrise from littering to gun crime. The code that I live by, I die by. Man, you give your life for, you can get sky by. Serve like a drive-by. Yeah, I meant drive through like how, what, why, who. Take you off the map and have your mother thinking, why you? I've done so much wrong just so I can make the right move. They're still trying to draw me out. These youths need to sort it out. No one believes the stuff you claim to have done. You're on Snapchat, I'm on Radio 1. What don't you get about this?
Okay. Woo. He's saying so much. He said have people's mothers being like, why you or whatever.
Wipe you off the map, and the mom be like, why you?
Okay, is that not a thing though? Everybody that gets murked in the streets, their mom is so like, why my baby? How'd this happen? Like literally parents almost cannot, like not all parents, but I feel like a lot of times they don't know that their child, they don't know.
And they were living a lifestyle where that is part of it.
Yes. I don't think people are usually surprised. I think a lot of times the parents are the ones that be surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, how are they supposed to react?
I mean, there is no other way.
They're supposed to be like, oh, my son had it coming.
No.
I
Definitely
told him not to be in the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always sad, but it's just like
to me, like a parent's reaction is irrelevant. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's just like, no matter what comes out of their mouth, the most hateful, the most great thing, it's just like, whatever comes out just comes out because it's like, intense grieving process, I wouldn't hold it against any parent. What
Right.
comes out their mouth in that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not supposed to react any other way. But I'm just like, dang, you know, it's like how can, like, as a society, how can we, like, help people to be something like more proactive when the kid is like in 4th grade getting in trouble, in 6th grade stealing stuff from the store? You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's always, like, I used to work with kids in the hood and, like, who had very terrible home situations, and they were getting in trouble. And it's like you can see the progression, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you could have like after school programs and youth stuff like that, but really the home environment is the most important.
Yeah.
And the kids are acting out at school because their home environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a cycle. Like, I don't know if there's a fix, because, like, teachers and all that external stuff can only do so much.
Right, and it's like, yeah, that will definitely, like, the after-school programs and all that kind of stuff will help some kids get on the right path, but I feel like most of them are going to be too affected by their home environment.
Yeah.
But, I mean, helping some is better than none, and that's why it's good those things exist.
Literally, my mom I volunteered at her school, and she used to teach in the hood with these kids, and she had a 1st grader bring a gun to the classroom talking about he was going to kill her. She had, like, I mean, it's just crazy, because it's like, what kind of environment does that kid live in that he thinks that's an acceptable way to handle?
Right, and he could get a gun in 1st grade.
And he can get a gun in 1st grade and bring it to school. Like, nobody was missing that gun. I mean, it's crazy.
So much wrong just so I can make the right move. They're still trying to draw me out. These youths need to sort it out. No one believes the stuff you claim to have done. You're on Snapchat, I'm on Radio 1. What don't you get about this? I made my mummy smile. I took myself to uni, man. I made my mother proud. You was in and out of town, doing cuts for an older. Probably didn't see a pound. You want beef? I give cows. Better yet, I give herds. Ask just your search. I'm the realest guy around. So bang your doors up and down. That's from Whitemore, Swellside, Belmarsh, ISIS, ACAT, Lifers, Skelton. Yeah, perfect. You know the rest, innit? Free my brothers. Get me.
My life!
Get me.
You want beef? I'll give you cows.
Dang.
Something better, I'll give you the herd or something to that effect.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man.
What a gift.
I like seeing the passion of, like, young people.
Right. I love it.
16, wasn't he about 16 or something around here?
Yeah.
What was he talking about? He lives by his code, he'll die by his code, like that passion.
Yes.
I feel like at that age, he meant it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As people get older, they don't really mean it the same. You know, they got family and kids, and like, yeah, they'll talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. They won't live by it. A lot of people. I feel like the wisdom, but also the, like, youthful vibrance, like, he's not jaded.
Right.
It's so lovely. Because I feel like a lot of times you trade that youthful, like, faith in humanity type energy for, like, wisdom.
Right.
You know the rest, innit? Free my brothers. Get me.
My life!
Get me.
Sunshine day!
Alright, Charlie, let the B run. We're gonna run into the next one.
Jeez!
Aye, shout out my brothers.
You, my friend, are an absolute beast, cuz man is 17, you know?
Shout out to Rowan in production, man.
Hey!
Aye, my brothers.
Hey!
Get me.
Jeez! Certain rappers calling my phone already saying enough already, fam. Enough already!
Aye, straight into the next one though. It's a bit calmer still.
They're gliding in, yeah?
Yeah, gliding into this one still. Yeah, man. Listen,
Like that, Dave, yeah?
I want these man to think about this one still. I want these man to think about this one. It's a lot still. Listen. You're a rap, yeah? Cool. My mum, she taught me to be self-sufficient. She always said to put power in yourself. She shared her hours and her wealth so I could stand here and share this wisdom. Worked 3 jobs on a little wage, from a youth to a middle age, and that was all so I could study right and live okay when it was cooking wood and little hay. I know my mum, she didn't break, still 4:30 dinner made. Let's talk about your system then. Let's talk about our place in here. Let's talk about our prisons then when we're...
Yeah, hold up, we're going from mama to the system. Hold up. We got shout out Dave's mom.
Right.
3 jobs, dinner still ready by
That's
4:30.
too much. Oh my god.
3 jobs?
That's a lot. And cooking. Cooking is a job. And
Oh
probably
my
cleaning.
goodness. Shout out.
That's a nice early dinner too.
And because of her, we have Dave.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Talk about.
I feel like a lot of times parents make the sacrifices, but it doesn't, like, pay off, so to speak. I don't mean like it's, like they're trying to get paid from it, but you know what I mean? Like, you can make the sacrifices, your kid might not see their 17th, 18th birthday. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But so it's nice that she made the sacrifices and look at the result. Mm. It's always good to have a success story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Motivation for the masses.
Hey, when it was cooking wood and little hay, I know my mum, she didn't break, still 4:30 dinner made. Let's talk about your system then, let's talk about our place in here, let's talk about our prisons then. When we're so stuck in London, people blind, we only see the ends. Out of 63 million blacks only make 3%, and we have no say when you think, cause you refuse to vote. Like conservative policies ain't been a problem for the youths on road, and Raps is doing law. He sat down.
So a lot of people don't vote. What is that? Blacks make up 3%?
Well, it sounded like he was talking about money, like blacks only make 3% or something.
No, I think it's a population.
Oh.
Because he's saying blacks only make up 3% and you refuse to vote. Mm. I wonder what's the total minority percentage.
Right. Because
it seems like a lot of minorities vote similarly. You know what I mean? At least here in America, it's kind of like that.
Right.
I think like Hispanics vote like 70-something% Democrat. Black people vote like 85% Democrat. A lot of minorities vote the same. But, not that I necessarily agree with everyone voting the same. I feel like if you're completely committed to one party, they can kind of take your vote for granted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like on the one hand, like, what's the point in voting? When you're 3%, it's like your vote really isn't going to make a difference.
Yeah, I feel like, no, I think he's saying it can make some difference, especially locally, but he's saying people don't vote.
But I feel like I can understand both sides of it, though, because it's like...
Right, like, why you wouldn't vote. Yeah. Like, we're only 3%, why am I going to vote? And out of that 3%, how many are underage can't vote? Right. So you're saying, like, that's why they don't vote.
Yeah, and that's like a small, like, that's a symptom of the greater feeling of disenfranchised.
Right. See, my thing, if you only vote for one party, I feel like that party takes your vote for granted, so they're not going to do much for you. You know, they may give you a little treat just to keep you on the line. Because if they know they're getting your business, because politics is business. If they know they're getting your business, then they're going to be reaching out to the people who they want to get their business and creating policies for them. Then you have the other party that knows they can't get your business, so they're not going to make any policies to get it because like they don't think it's even possible to get. Right. So then you just lose no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So then it's like, why vote?
Right.
Conservative policies ain't been a problem for the youths on road, and Raps is doing law. He sat down on the floor and watched it. 2 members of a jury in a court playing noughts and crosses, bored as hell. They gave him guilty in that court as well. Didn't focus on the case, but he's in jail. I guess that all is well. No incentive to pay attention for a jury. The system didn't pay when most of them are bored. Why out of touch and middle age? Like what on earth's a stabbing? Oh my God, I hope the kid's okay. Please take him off the streets for my children and my sister's sake. They don't need to see the details, cause he's young, black and guilty. He's got a gold tooth and a tracksuit. Send him to jail, he's gonna kill me. We feel misrepresented, but you chose to jump on Twitter over petitions and referendums. I swear to God, I'll never get this.
Okay, what is he talking about with the you chose to jump on Twitter over petitions and referendums?
Right.
Like we don't know the specifics. This is 2016, but I'm guessing just he's saying like they're more interested in some other kind of policies that maybe affect their neighborhood than really paying attention to a court case that they have no like. Right. They can't even like seemingly relate to the people there. You know what I mean?
Or maybe even for like evidence or whatever, like maybe they had petitions and stuff, but instead of looking at the petitions and looking at what the people are saying, they're looking at, basically the Twitter and like the...
They said that they were they were doing petitions and referendums on Twitter. That's what they were doing. It's artistic. It's not like specifically that jury. You know what I mean? Probably. I think it's saying like in general, like more interested in that than they weren't paying attention to the details of the case.
It could have been horrible judge, horrible jury, like, you know what I mean? Just like everything stacked against them.
Yeah, I wonder if he's talking about his brother's case or is it something else?
He's got a gold tooth and a tracksuit. Send him to jail, he's gonna kill me. We feel misrepresented, but you chose to jump on Twitter over petitions and referendums. I swear to God, I'll never get this. You claim to be active when I know that you won't make a change. You'd rather go to district with some bitches and then make it rain. I know some real guys that own yards and never splashed on cars like Artif and Watt.
Wait, is he talking about activists?
I feel like he's talking about an artist or something. Or he's talking about somebody.
He said you claim to be active. That makes me think activists. And you claim to be active, but something like he knows you're never going to make a change. You rather go to districts with chicks and all this kind of stuff. So maybe artists is that part.
Right.
But I don't know.
I mean, I do feel like a lot of mainstream people just, like, say whatever to, like, get the cheddar, you know?
Right, and a lot of activists are, like, celebrities now. So they might be stunting like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us celebrity activism, you can't say one thing they've accomplished.
Right.
They're just really loud on social media and have a big following now because they're loud on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's basically saying there's real problems on the ground that can be addressed, and you got this group of people who are not addressing the real problems.
Claim to be active when I know that you won't make a change. You'd rather go to district with some bitches and then make it rain. I know some real guys that own yards and never splashed on cars like Artif and Wasif, who are still working hard in London when they got properties in Pakistan. I swear that they're my inspiration. We're the generation that's infiltrating all these different places, and we're the generation who mold and craft how the system changes. Black doctors, Arab judges, we just need a little patience now. We just need a little strength. This isn't for the upper class, it's for everyone that lives in debt, that mortgages and bills affect, that work away and live in sweat. For every single prisoner that comes home just to re-offend. Not for any single dad that left, for every single mum instead.
Okay. I do think he said for every single prisoner that comes home to re-offend. That is tough. That is a very tough situation.
Your cousin just got out of prison?
Yeah, guys, my cousin that was in prison got released.
Yeah, that we had told you guys about for the whole drug ring kingpin stuff, and he got snitched on.
Just got out.
7 years.
Yeah.
He got 11 years, but he got out in 7. I think it was because of paranoid about it on YouTube, but because of the medical
pandemic
stuff, yeah. He got out a little early.
Yeah, but that's tough because I feel like the prison release situation, like, it's just, I don't know. That whole dynamic, like, it needs to be addressed, but I don't even know what we would even do about it.
I mean, it's hard to get a decent job.
It's hard to get a decent job.
To get a job that will actually pay your bills after you have a record, especially depending on what that record's for.
And as prices are going up and as wages are not going up as much as prices are going up, it's, like, hard to get a job to pay your bills in general.
The thing is, like, okay, after you pay your debt to society, so to speak, you know what I mean? You served your time, paid your debt. It's like you're still paying the debt for the rest of your life after that.
Right.
Because that record follows you.
It follows you. Not to mention, they are, they probably were limited before they went to prison, which is probably why they got into illegal activities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at least my cousin, it's like, they're not going to make as, like, you know what I mean? He wasn't going to make a lot to begin with before going to prison and getting involved in all that. I don't know.
I mean, okay, it's a delicate line to walk between, like, yes, bad circumstances, but also, like, self-accountability and responsibility.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because there are also people who are born in the same circumstances that don't turn to that.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I mean, there's definitely accountability in it, but it's like, it definitely is not like he was in a better position, like a great position, then went to prison, and now he's in a crappy position. It's like, he was pretty much in a bad situation. It's like going to be so easy to get back in the streets after prison, because it'll be so much harder to get legitimate after prison.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's twice as hard after prison as before prison, and it wasn't easy before.
Yeah, even when.
Okay, I feel what you're putting down now.
Yeah,
I got you.
Even like housing and stuff, like getting approved for,
Right.
It's like they do your background check and stuff like that, and when they do your background check and see you did a decade or whatever it is, I mean, they probably won't accept you unless it's...
It's like at the prison, you're basically an outcast.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people turn back to the streets.
Yeah. And the streets are also going to be, like, easily available. Like, easy to access. Like the lower...
streets don't love you, but they will always welcome you back in.
Yeah, crazy.
In debt, that mortgages and bills affect, that work away and live in sweat. For every single prisoner that comes home just to re-offend. Not for any single dad that left, for every single mum instead. For every trap star that bangs stars and works the ends to earn some bread. I flirt with death and cuddle life, I work this pen. Long Latin, I work a pen. I heard the devil curse these ends that took my brothers, hurt my friends. We lost our freedom and our lives. And if you think I'm telling lies, right, it's a 20-minute drive. And then we have a city filled with life. Big business, flashing lights, two completely different sides. Juxtaposed from guns and knives. They buy some clothes, we clutch a knife. For different reasons, most for pride. One fucking in this ride like Humpty Dumpty, have you fried? I hope you got money on your mind, but ours and theirs is different types. I'm trying to show you, man, the light. Listen.
Wow.
And he said they buy some clothes, we clutch a knife for different reasons, but he said mostly pride. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, pride is something.
Didn't he say mostly pride?
Yeah, he was talking about pride at the beginning. He said pride's gonna be the end of me or something like that. In the first part.
I remember back in the day, like, just the thing was, like, how we don't go to certain clubs and this. It's like, you know, me and my bros and stuff, because, like, oh, you club there, you might step on someone's shoe, now you're into a fight. You know what I mean? It's pride.
I mean, it's true, though. It's like, no matter if it's materialism or if it's ego or whatever, it does seem like pride is, like, it'll get people to act crazy.
Right?
Like, people will act a fool over some pride stuff. Insane. Like, actually, so I had a brother that got killed in a robbery. Like, my dad had 2 kids before me and my brother were born. And his oldest son, his life was, like, panning out. Like, he grew up hood or whatever, but his life was, like, turning itself around. And he was, like, playing baseball. And, like, he had, like, good potential. And then he was getting robbed or something. And, like, instead of just, like, here you go, take my stuff, whatever, he ends up, like, resisting the robbery, and he got killed.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't just playing baseball. He was in the major leagues.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't just, you know, you hear the stories, oh, yeah, my cousin was a great baseball player. He should have went pro. Like, no, dude was, like, in the major leagues.
Yeah, he was older than me. He was, like, he would be, like, 20 years older than me.
Or was he in the majors or the minors? I don't remember. I think he was in the majors.
I don't remember.
Either way, he was getting paid to play baseball professionally. Whether it was minor league or major league, I don't remember exactly, but, like, yeah, dude was good, clearly. Like,
he had 2 kids. You know, he was married. So it was just, like, so many people he left behind. And, like, that little instance of, like, just submitting, basically, which no one wants to do. But it's, like, I don't even think you can really think about that real time, you know. But it's, like, he would still have been around. And, like, everything would be so different. But I feel like that's kind of stuff that's pride, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he would rather not, like, you taking my stuff, you taking me, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going down without a fight kind of thing, so it's crazy. But I think this is over.
Yeah.
Cold, once again.
I like that last flow and the beat on it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dave is, I mean, he's like, I'm just trying to show him the light, I'm just trying to show, like, I feel like Dave points out things. He just, like, he'll, like, artistically point it out in a way that, like, no matter what, like, it makes you, like, think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Agree, disagree, whatever. It's like he'll end up pointing something out that's just like...
He always gets us to talking.
He does.
That's for sure. That's a guarantee.
Oh, so crazy. I'm glad the industry did not, like, corrupt him and ruin his career. Because he was so young, they could have, like, turned him in a whole different way. I guess not really.
They probably tried.
Yeah, I guess he controlled that, but...
Right.
I'm glad they didn't succeed. All right, yeah, thank you for watching this and commenting. Let us know your thoughts, you know, and what video you want us to do next or what artist you want us to check out next. And until next time, that's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.